Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. Hopefully you're all doing well. It's nice to see you all join in and get involved as we've got a little 1v1 best of 7 show match here tonight. Actually, if I update my stream, there's a bit of a prize pool on this one. This is another one of the... This is, I think, our 4th edition now of the show match series. I don't know what we're calling this. But, can I believe this is our 4th edition here. And it's a nice little $20 show match. Winner-take-all matchup here between Armorj and Brother.Bryan, part of the House Gryffindor side here, if I must say myself here. Both these teams, both these players are part of House Gryffindor. In fact, we've seen them on the stream before with Armorj, part of the Whiffer Wet Jets, and Brother.Bryan, part of Gryffindor Whifflash. We saw both these players. I want to say the last time we saw both these players was back at the end of Season 3 of ATS, the Advent Cup, which was sponsored by House Gryffindor. Included both these players, so this is going to be a great series here as we've got a 1v1 underway shortly here with Armorj and Brother.Bryan. This is a best of 7, so it's going to be another one of those longer series. We haven't had a best of 5 show match in a while. Players just don't like best of 5s, I guess. But they do like their best of 7, so we're going to have this here for this $20 matchup. But we're going to have some incredible action tonight here. And if you are wondering, we got more than just this. Later tonight, we're going to have Blackline Championship Series action. But again, that will be later tonight. For now, though, we got a little 1v1 matchup. A little 1v1 to show for here. It's Armorj and Brother.Bryan are both in the lobby. So I'm actually willing to get this match started in early here while we get things going. We'll get these players in. We're going to start this match early so that we can get things going here. So now both these players are in. They don't want to wait a few minutes. Or maybe they do. I don't know. We'll see if they want to wait or not. But if they don't, then we'll get this match underway. If they do, then we can wait a few minutes to then get this match going. But, oh, they are in. There they go. Armorj and Brother.Bryan are both here. We can get our best of 7 going here. Get a 1v1 matchup. $20 up for the winner. And again, with it being our 4th edition here, this is no new space for us. This is no new position. This is no new experience, to say the very least. These players are part of what is a list of 8 players who have all been on this stream, competing for money in these 1v1 matchups. Although this one does so happen to now be our lowest prize pool for any event, still nonetheless important here for both these players, as they both have put in $10 each. So there's definitely a decent amount of riding on this one as Brother.Bryan. Trying to find that flip reset. We'll just hit it right by here. He's already got 1 goal, so won't be needing another one for a little bit here as Armorj. Good control, and I think one of the mention about both these players is that these are some pretty high-ranked players, all things considered. Both of them at that GC3 level in 2s and 3s alone. In 1v1, I don't know exactly how these players rank up, but they're both pretty good in 2s and other 3v3 rosters, again, for House Gryffindor, so the 1v1 still is definitely there, and I think if there is anyone that has the advantage, it would be Brother.Bryan. I mean, even on Gryffindor Whifflash, he's known for his individual talent. So you're definitely going to see a lot of him really look to control this series here, as he does get that flick. Armorj doesn't have a lot left. Oh, Brother.Bryan whiffed there, and it will be time for him to clear and get that ball out here. Armorj would be very happy that that doesn't go in, because it definitely had the makings of a goal on top of it, says... He'll be cleared back here as he looks for the fake. Pop around, Armorj does control a follow-up shot to the back wall. He's still attacking, but no major breakthroughs just yet here for Brother.Bryan. And over 90 seconds in, only 1 goal scored as Armorj gets him on the fake. I am talking a bit quietly here. I got people behind me, so I gotta make sure that I don't get too loud for them. But that's why I'm talking this quietly. But we do continue on into our game 1 here, and it is Armorj with a little fake on Brother.Bryan that will tie this game at 1 goal each. This is like the ASMR show match. As Brother.Bryan's gonna take a 1 goal lead back his way. Oh dear, ASMR or not, that's a very good shot from Brother.Bryan. Immediately got Armorj going for some boost in the back corner, or maybe Armorj had full boost. I think he was going for a fake there. Whatever it is, it's not going to work. As Brother.Bryan catches him out of position. And he'll retake a 1-goal lead here early on as Armorj has space here. He went for a fake earlier. He's going to try to do it again. He does beat him. And that's beautiful from Armorj. He's got him on a second straight fake here. And for Bryan, this is the second time that's happened to him. Can't exactly say that's a good sign if he's getting faked that often. And gotta give credit to Armorj, holding his own here against a player that definitely is the favorite. But Bryan, right off the kickoff again, Armorj cannot get enough on it. And it's back again for Bryan as just flicks this on. And Armorj just not in the right position, or really he's in the right position. He's just in that position, though the wall's going too fast. He'd have a better chance if he hits it off his own back wall. But it's such a tough decision to make there. Such a tough place to be. Without boost, you really can't do much on that play. Armorj is going to look to now take that boost, dribble away. Good stop for Bryan as he's now taking that side boost as well. Armorj chase down here, and he does have resources, but Bryan preventing him from taking any of his own as now a wide fake. Armorj's not getting beat, but the flick just kept wide by Brother.Bryan. And game one's definitely picked up here after 90 seconds and only one goal in the first 90 seconds. We now have 5 combined for both these sides as Armorj does do well to get around here. Now, long flick. Will Bryan get there in time? Oh, he's missed it completely. Thought he had just enough space to get back there, but evidently he didn't have enough on it. As yeah, he just flipped onto it. He had time. If he just stayed on the ground, that is one where he can hit it to the side. I think for Bryan, he gave up there a bit too early. And Armorj doesn't care. He's going to take these goals as they come. So he'll keep scoring. He'll take a 1-goal lead. And again, we're watching here as Brother.Bryan maybe facing that pressure. As Armorj put away by Brother.Bryan as he's going to keep on moving through. Bryan on the dribbles, got the flick, but doesn't get very far with this as Armorj will control himself, but he's got to be careful here. As it's going to be cleared out. Armorj again. As Bryan. Very light. Now trying to flick it. Armorj. Oh, he had the right trajectory. But he went in his own nets trying to make that block. And right now the defense of both these sides definitely getting their fair share of battles. As this game now all even as someone's gonna keep going, gonna keep that lead going. As Armorj. Oh my goodness! Oh, that is amazing. Oh my goodness. Again baiting him in, and this time there was no fake. Beautiful from Armorj. Man, he is really holding his own here. It's much closer than I initially thought game one would be here, as Bryan can't go for boost, will get flicked instead. 6-4. And a 2-goal lead now. At this point, I don't know what to say about this, but Armorj holding through on a lot of these 1v1, well, a lot of these open opportunities. Now he's got a flip reset, gets it over Brother.Bryan, but it is not going to hit the net. As Bryan back will keep Armorj out of this one. As flicked ahead, Armorj will be controlling there. As Armorj again, at this point, trying to make sure that Brother.Bryan doesn't get any goals against him here, and he just continues to challenge, continues to force him out. And that is definitely going to help him here, as just continues to waste opportunities, but that's a great dunk! Brother.Bryan does catch him on an early challenge. That may help him out a little bit here. As a 1-goal lead still standing here. Now Bryan, he's gonna take the tie game! He's got the flick! And that's huge! My goodness, what a response! And what a time for it, too. Flicks right by Armorj off the kickoff. And with 9 seconds to go, Game 1 is proving to be a lot closer than I initially thought it would be. Brother.Bryan still has a chance to win this one. And in fact, he's going to take this chance here. With no time to go. One more. Bryan on the 50. We'll see this hit the ground. And we have overtime. The end of Game 1. 1 goal will determine our winner here as Armorj gonna tank him, gonna take the shot. Oh, it's own goal! Hit the post, bounced off Brother.Bryan. And it finds its way to the net. Armorj, while he may have lost his lead by the end of this game, still takes the win. 10 seconds in the golden goal territory. That's it for Game 1. 7-6. And it is an Armorj victory. Well, if that's a beacon of what's going to be happening in the future, I don't know what to expect, but it's going to be a good series, much closer than maybe on paper it would have shown. But I mean, I say that, and yet there's still a lot more to go through. We still have a long series ahead of us, so we can't be saying anything just yet. Will mean we go to game number 2 as Brother.Bryan again came into this one. I think it would have been the favorite to win this one, at least from what I know about how he plays. But Armorj again doing really well, stunning him in game 1, and now he gets him again. And what I'm realizing now from Armorj, not only does he have mechanics, but this guy, he has some incredibly nice fakes. Again, this time he's acting as if he can't get there, as if he's lost possession. Anything but that, that's for sure. It's a great air dribble. And a 1-0 lead early on in this game, and catching Brother.Bryan on a couple of these, fake plays in front. He's making Bryan think one thing, and in reality, it's the exact opposite. Moving on, see what he's got when it comes to those plays, as now what he's got now is he's got a full tank of boost and the ball with him, as Bryan waiting back post. Armorj's got an angle to look at. He's gonna hit pop right. Oh yes. Left no chance. Absolutely nothing. What a play. As Armorj going again, flip resets. Oh, he's got another one. This guy, my goodness, it's like he's freestyling right now. Because, that is an incredible shot. It's a tough angle too. Obviously, he's finding it. No questions about that. As now Brother.Bryan trying to find something for himself. Well, he pulls a fake the other way. Right now, it is just fakes on fakes. These players trying to outplay each other in the most increasingly crafty of ways. As an answer for Brother.Bryan, we're still in the first minute here. Now he's gonna go for a fake kickoff. might as well keep up the ideas of making your opponent second guess what you're doing here, as now he's gonna have the flick. Armorj's had a very tough time on those shadow defense positions. He's gonna struggle on it again, but that time he does recover just enough. Only enough to get some boost. Now he wins the challenge, and is that gonna hit the net? You better believe it will. Continually finding answers. That's going to be helpful, as now Armorj gets him on a fake again. 5-1. He just continues to keep this going. And again, what we're just watching here is we're watching incredible play. It's now an answer for Brother.Bryan off the kickoff. And it's goal after goal. Brother.Bryan find his way back into this one. Armorj holding a pretty substantial lead, but let that fool any of you. He's got time to come back in this one. 3 minutes still on that clock, and if you know anything about 1v1, this is a long game mode. As Bryan, he does actually really well to bait Armorj into that challenge. Instead of, trying to take that ball back himself, just let Armorj hit it into him. So far, watching him play, as now he's going to go for a little doink. He didn't get it there. It's not going to look pretty, but he'll take it nonetheless. It does get enough just to get around Brother.Bryan. He was not expecting that last touch. That's a flip reset. Oh, did he get another one? Man, he just keeps hitting these. Armorj, I don't know how he keeps doing this, and now he keeps scoring off it, but that's how consistent this guy is. That these, my goodness, he's found a cheat code here to beat Brother.Bryan, because Brother.Bryan has had no chance on stopping those. In fact, if Brother.Bryan has any chance on stopping these flip reset plays, it's going to be by challenging earlier and really early, because clearly Armorj is not missing when he's going for flip resets. Oh my, what a flick! My goodness! I didn't mention these are some of the highest ranked players we've had on stream in a while. They're showing it here, because we're getting some incredible action. We're gonna have at the end of the day, we're gonna have a ton of clips to show from this matchup. I can guarantee it. Armorj again. I can't even, take a break to get a drink before he finds a goal. A 5-goal difference. Armorj just... The thing about this is that even though Brother.Bryan's scoring, Armorj is scoring more often, he's scoring more quality, and he's extending his lead more and more, making Bryan even more desperate, which will lead to more goals for Armorj. The clear difference right now with how these two are playing in this game, and the difference is that Armorj is able to find that consistency, and he's able to elevate when he needs to, as now he's hit the back wall. Bryan will be there for it, as now it's his chance to flick. Gonna go for the fake instead, got him on the cut! And any chance these players get on to just dribble down and go for a shot, they don't seem like missing. Those defenses have had very little that they can do about these plays. Offense and only offense so far this series, but I've been enjoying it. As we still have 2 minutes left here. This is going to be a long game. I don't know how things continue to go. As Bryan might be facing the wrong direction. But he's got space to work with here, Bryan. As he goes for that low 50. Armorj going to demo him for his efforts. And this is a good chance just to shoot this one. But he won't have the time for it. Bryan already on the respawn. Armorj. Oh, he got him! Fake play! Bryan tried to pre-jump the shot. He was so close to his net as well that if Armorj did go for the shot there, Bryan has to pre-jump it to get there. That's what he was expecting as well. But as we've seen from Armorj, he does not want to take those risks, or really those flicks. He's been faking it more often than he hasn't on those options. And again, we're seeing these offenses really outplay these defenses just by doing so little with the ball, making it be a game of mentality. As a flip reset from Brother.Bryan. And he's shown that he can do it as well. And they just continue to outplay each other. As, well, we're about to head into the final minute of game 2. It has been an exhausting game. This game has probably lasted around 12 to 13 minutes. And there are still more goals to come. In fact, here's going to be one of them for Brother.Bryan. Oh, but he gets demoed away. Armorj will recover. Now he's got a free run up. And this has likely been a goal for him. It will be once again as Bryan beat on the double pop jump. And Armorj's hit double-digit goals. Again, I think that by the end of this game, it's going to be a 15-minute long game. Rarely do we have games go that long. They do happen. This feels like this might be one such case. As Penguin asks, what rank are the players? I can't exactly speak for ones, although their 1v1 rank, it says that, although their 1v1 rank is speaking as if they're a GC1 or GC2. But I know for a fact these players are that GC3 rank level in 2s and 3s, so I would assume that their 1's rank is probably around GC2, GC1. They're very good, that's for sure. This is a very entertaining matchup. As Bryan will take one back. 42 seconds left, he needs 4 goals, and we'll see if he gets one. See if he can do it. It's not impossible, but it is quite unlikely. It's gonna have to come from a lot of pretty impressive plays, in all honesty. As Armorj just trying to waste out time. Well, he will do well there as Brother.Bryan is forced to go back for boost. But Bryan will collect onto this, and he's got space to work with. The bump as well gets over Armorj. And he did take a long time to get that goal. He gets a goal, but he took almost half the time he had it at the end of this game away from himself, only 23 seconds, and now he needs 3 goals in an even tougher amount of time. Really needs to be successful off that kickoff, as now you see a double delay kickoff. Both players gonna play it slow. Armorj's gonna win this though. Own goal from Bryan. Oh dear, that may have just secured game 2 here for Armorj. This is gonna be Brother.Bryan with the finishing touch. I'm expecting that that's almost certainly going to stop him in his tracks. As time will eventually run out here. See if any of these players can get one more goal, but Armorj's gonna hit this one back. I don't think he wants any more goals to happen in this game. He just wants things to end, and they will, as this ball will not hit the ground. Bryan's kept it up. He still wants one more, even at 0 seconds. He nearly gets it too. Oh, he almost got it. Armorj just clears it out and away from the net. So there we go. Game number 2, just like that, Armorj with an 11 goals to 7 on that victory. A 4-goal difference. It was, better than the overtime when he had last game. For certain, he kept a solid lead for himself throughout the entirety of that game. Really never gave Brother.Bryan a chance to come back from it. Fortunately for Bryan, every game resets, so he goes into this game on a clean slate without any worries, I would say, at the very least. We'll see. Sticks as it has. Bryan trying to flick this one, Armorj. Get the block as now he's gonna look for the clear. Bryan to be back, but not very easily. Armorj shot it straight at him there, and he had a lot of options on that net shot. I think he was expecting Bryan to move towards the middle of his goal, but that's gonna be painful. I'm sure he knows that he had so many better options there. But it's so tough to recognize those openings. And, well, we'll see if things change. Armorj, flip reset. Will be kept out by Brother.Bryan. As things getting a little bit more interesting here. Bryan trying to get him on the fake. Does. Scores. 2 goals up. And he was looking for the turnaround. It's been 2 games of him being the one behind. Now he's able to get an early start here for once. And maybe that will all he needs. Make these adjustments. As Bryan keep going here as Armorj will take this all the way back, and he's just at this point he's playing a chase game with Brother.Bryan, who is absolutely keeping him as far away from that net as possible. As Bryan another chase play as Armorj trying to get through Brother.Bryan, but those challenges just aren't really connecting. Now we're just watching as this ball's going to go in the back of the net. Bryan able to sneak one by. And with a 3-goal lead now, things seem to only be getting worse here for Armorj. I think part of that is also a bit of the backlash that comes when you win 2 games straight. It's very tough to stay that consistent. As Bryan, let's get the dunk past Armorj. But with 3 minutes still to go, Armorj's trying to find an answer, an opening. Bryan hasn't given much here, and again, it's been a game of Armorj getting chased around the field. Bryan's using that speed, using it well. Armorj, he's trying to play slow. He's trying to play more controlled, but quite clearly, obviously, he is definitely panicking more when he doesn't have the space that he wants. As Bryan continuing just to make sure that he doesn't give up the boost, although he's going to have to give up space here as Armorj sets himself up, and this might be a flip reset opportunity. Will be. Oh, but Bryan challenges early, and as I mentioned already, he's going to need to do more of that if Armorj is to be stopped on those flip reset attempts. So he'll go up in the air. Base that Armorj can work with as plan B. Really more of a doink, I guess. Not find it, says Bryan. But a quick flick, but well, that didn't go very far. Had a lack of power on that shot. Armorj now up in this space again. Just gonna go for the dribble. Oh, what a block! Great recovery from Brother.Bryan. He's gonna be the first to this one, and he will add another to his lead. It's been a chess match. Back and forth they go. But Brother.Bryan holding a shutout right now in Game 3. These kind of matches can change so quickly with time. A lot less goals, and for Armorj, nothing to work through. Brother.Bryan took all the last game and realized that Armorj has a lot of repetition in what he does on offense. And, oh my, he's gonna get faked. It's 5 goals. But as I was saying again, Armorj has a lot of repetition on what he does on offense here, and you can tell Brother.Bryan, he is adapting to that one. He's realizing that Armorj likes flip resets in the air, so you have to challenge him early when he goes to the air. Armorj likes to fake, likes to go for low 50s? Well, don't jump up high early instead. Armorj again, his offense is the reason it's been completely silenced in this game after having 11 goals last game. Again, it is quite clearly because, simply put, Brother.Bryan is adapting. He is adapting well. I mean, this game's already met its winner. It's going to be Brother.Bryan. This is not going to be a clean win for Armorj. It could be for Brother.Bryan here, at least in Game 3. It won't be in the series. As rarely do we ever see shutouts in 1v1 games, and Armorj trying to at least find something for himself. It's a great opportunity. Bryan has no boost here, and he's going to be beat on the fake Armorj. And just about any opportunity there to score, and had a ton of options in that net. He's been relying on those 50s and those plays in front. And it still works for him at times, but it's really only going to work when Brother.Bryan is caught on a hook. So he's going to have an open net to take a 7-1 lead. Armorj does just get back. He's going to make another block, though, and we will fail to do that. As Brother.Bryan taking yet another goal. As Armorj, he doesn't have many options here, because he has been consistently beat. As I don't know what that was from Brother.Bryan. I don't like whatever that was from Brother.Bryan. Trying to get a bit relaxed here, as I think he just forgot to flip. The only answer I can have for that is that he forgot to flip, because you don't whiff on those otherwise. As Armorj is going to keep himself on this one. He'll go and take to the skies, trying to find a bump, but Bryan's going to deny him that opportunity. In fact, he's going to score here. He's going to keep the goals going and keep that pressure, that high intensity on Armorj. Rather than trying to waste time at this point, he's just taking whatever he can get on for a goal. And why not? Really keep that pressure going. Keep Armorj as far back as possible. It's gonna mark the end of Game 3. It's almost been 30 minutes of gameplay. Every game has had its fair share of high-scoring moments. And, yeah, it has been a series with a lot of goals in it. And I don't think that's going to be changing anytime soon, as Armorj wants number 3! Oh, he'll find it! No, he won't! Bryan landed on top of that. Well, thank his lucky stars. Even though it doesn't matter, it's double flip reset. Armorj trying to corral that in. He won't have that either. Now he goes through the sidewall again. 72 boost. As the space, another flip reset. This one directly to the net. It is Bryan who will happily wait out the rest of that time. And for Armorj's offense, meeting its match here, Brother.Bryan is reading the play perfectly. And he's recognizing the repetition that Armorj likes to go for in offense. And for Armorj, he's going to need more options on offense. The resets, the low 50-50s aren't going to be the only ways you can beat him. He's going to bring more options to offense. Because, simply put, when you go for the same play over and over again, you're going to get beat on it. As we're going to be moving into game number 4 here. Reminder, match point still up for grabs for Armorj, but when that last game went, he actually might need to take another game, adapt back here to make those adjustments, to make those changes. Got to see a lot from last game about how his play style doesn't work anymore. This is game 4 of our best of 7 series. And it will be a true test here for players. And really for Armorj to see if he can make those adjustments. Right now, though, he's been caught in a complete overcommit. And he's not going to have a chance getting back. Bryan took every second he could to take that shot. Armorj, who was, I think, trying to demo him, unable to do so, will be caught with an upfield position. unable to get back in time. So goals flying through so far. As Brother.Bryan trying to make this 2. Will be right under. Oh, he's hit the back post. Armorj, stop moving. Why did he stop moving? Armorj could have recovered there. He gave up. Oh my goodness. That's why you don't give up, folks. Armorj could have recovered there. Instead, it's another early opening that Brother.Bryan can be extremely pleased with. Armorj's emphatic start to the series has all but dissipated. As Brother.Bryan seems to have an answer for anything that Armorj is looking to do. Now he's going to take to the skies, Armorj. Floor. Still waiting. Now he's got him. Bryan went for the jump fake. Will be back with just enough boost, but credit to Armorj for immediately recognizing that once Bryan was going to jump there, it gave him a little bit more time than he could have worked with that dribble. Now he's got space here as well to keep this one low, but not for long as he tries to dance his way around Brother.Bryan. Will not get any sort of welcoming here, as I think Bryan just stole the boost from him. Oh man, to make things even worse for Armorj, did not track that boost pad very well. As yeah, Bryan took this, just stole the boost from him. And once again, for Armorj, starting to find some repetition in his gameplay. And that is exactly what Brother.Bryan can take with him. As Armorj needs to use the space well. Now he gets him on the fake. Will he turn it in? It's on the line. Bryan will not get there first. And Armorj has finally broke through. Last game it took him into the final minute to get something, almost the final minute to get something. This game, it's much earlier. With being much sooner, he still has time to come back into this one. There's a direct shot on for Jay. Straight lob onto the net from Brother.Bryan. Now he's got to recover as Bryan will score. And continues to score. And I think this series is going to be tied up after this game. Continuing the trend of, ever since our first Money Show match, it has been matches that have been extremely close. Because that's the case whenever players want to choose someone to play against. They're going to play someone that's close to them in skill level. Bryan Knight now. At least force this series to at least see 6 games. Armorj has other ideas. That is going to go straight to the back of the net. And I think that was the last thing Bryan expected, was that ball to go right to his net. And I mean right to it. It was going to go in. Whether or not Armorj got that last touch, it wouldn't have mattered. And, well, it's another game that's probably going to take its time here, as we're just about to near that halfway point. Bryan trying to string Armorj for a ride, but will end up taking the boost instead. Armorj can't recover, and I don't know how Bryan took that boost. But he did, and he bumped out Armorj in the process. So why not? Why not take another goal? Why not continue to find those opportunities here as Armorj. Oh, it's a great control. It's a great flick. Right off the kickoff. He had no wrong foot in that game. Seriously, he never put a foot wrong there. I mean, that is exactly how you play that one. And he's trying to make a comeback happen. Still half the game to go. This is going to be, again, a long series. Bunch is generally known for having long matchups, but this might take the cake for just how long it has been. It has been goal after goal, play after play, and, well, game after game. Armorj trying to come back in this one, take match point here in Game 4. Not let Brother.Bryan have that opportunity go his way. As a dunk, Armorj going to turn Brother.Bryan away, but Bryan is not letting him here. In fact, he's going to get a piece of that challenge. So it is Armorj who is still on the ball. Now he'll have a chance. Pop-up shot is deflected wide. Armorj will be forced to go back. In fact, he can't even get boost here. Bryan's going to have a lot of room. But he doesn't connect on the bomb. Armorj stayed right below him. And as he turns down the field, it is a 1-goal difference. Brother.Bryan, he's gone for a good amount of air dribble bumps, but none of them have seemed to succeed. He's playing a very, very passive defense. That means for Brother.Bryan, when he goes for those bumps, he's going right over the challenge out of Armorj. As now, oh, it's a misflip off the kickoff. It's a tie game, 5-5. Bryan can't get there. Armorj within 2 straight here, including this off the kickoff as Bryan tried to wave dash into it. Instead, lost his footing. Brother.Bryan gonna play that passive offense, but how can he keep this going? Flip to the back post. It's gonna stay wide of the net as Armorj keeps it off the side wall. Can Bryan be there? He will, but Armorj has him beat, has the back post as an option, and he takes it. 6 goals on 9 shots. And this might be one of his best so far because he saw that opening and he took it with a perfectly placed play. Bryan thought he had him covered. Armorj had other options. And now a 1-goal lead here. And what has been an intense end to the Game 3. And still with less than 60 seconds to go, Armorj takes the 2-goal lead. 48 seconds left. He has come back into this one. I think it's now 4 goals straight for Armorj. And this game has completely turned on its head. As he continues to... I think he continues just to dumbfound people this series. With his ability to play things so smart. He's got mechanics, sure, but he's got the brains for once as well. As Bryan trying to get him! Armorj would have done better had he challenged earlier, but took the chance not to. And he'll come to regret that. As Bryan quick off the ground. It's a play where he knows that he's not going to get a lot of power on it, but that's not what he wants from that distance. He just needs a shot. Something to catch Armorj flat-footed. That definitely does it, though. As Armorj will... At this point, he might just want to play for time, but he's lost it completely. Bryan could score on the way back, and he's got every reason to do so. That flick, Armorj gets into his net. Now he's got to be watchful of the second chance. Saves that too. 10 seconds and counting. Bryan only needs 1 goal to tie things up. Walks in, back post. What a save. Armorj got there in time. And this ball's going to hit the ground. He will take Game 4 and take match point. What an ending. What a pre-jump block for Armorj. Did everything he needed to save that game for himself. And now only 1 game away from winning this series. 4 games to 1. Armorj, we're going to make this be a quick series here. Our last 2 matches we've had on the stream for Bo7 Showmatch have been a Game 7, and even before that, a Game 6. This series end in Game 5. Or does it stay like the rest of these matches have been so far in these best 7s and continue onward for a longer period of time? About that as Armorj go back for defense here as Bryan. He does beat him on the challenge. Now can look for offense here. Bryan doesn't have a lot of boost here. Armorj didn't go very fast on that one. He wants a musty flick! Ah, he's got it! Why not? Why not? What's the musty flick to use? "15 seconds into it. And Armorj is having some fun while he scores. And, well, for once, he has not started off on a bad foot, that's for sure. Last 2 games, he has gone down to 2 goals early to Brother.Bryan, so I'm very happy that this game will be a little different for himself here. So we'll see if it continues that way, as he will beat Bryan on the challenge, does get demoed for his efforts. Oh, that's a great play from Bryan. Why not steal the boost out of Armorj? He's going to leave him with even less if he doesn't go for that boost. Armorj's got full boost at this point. He can still make the block, but he now can't challenge off of these saves, so Armorj is forced to be increasingly more passive, as now he's got to go back for defense. Off the back wall, Bryan's hit the back post. And it's Armorj who is just going to go for the challenge, no nonsense defense. And now a Doomsday Dish to go through. He will get stopped away by Bryan. Quickly he goes. Quickly he makes his save. As now a bounce shot. It's a little bounce dribble, a hook shot. Kept out by Bryan. Armorj will beat him cleanly again. Now again he's on the back wall. This time though he's going to not make the same mistake. And will instead let Bryan have the ball. And willing to not overcommit as he gets to shoot this! Bryan thought he was going to get bumped. It was the shot that was the real problem. I think Armorj went for both there. Forced Bryan to jump and then just took the shot afterwards. And he's doubled his lead. And for Bryan, well, life could not get much harder for him here. 2 goals down. Already 2 minutes gone, and his offense has not been all that promising. It hasn't even really gotten started this game. Armorj has looked that good at keeping him away. That good on offense as musty flick. Double tap! He's gonna hit this! Oh, he's hit the back post as well. Armorj trying to sprinkle in even more excitement into some of his goals, as he's gonna have a perfect first touch. Flip reset. He's got him! That's a goal! Armorj cannot miss. Once he gets to a good start, there is nothing between him and putting the ball in the back of the net. And slowly but surely, he is distancing himself away from Brother.Bryan while also on match point, as Bryan almost missed on another dribble attempt this time though. The bump, while it doesn't connect, does force Armorj to miss his chance. He does enough there. As Armorj will beat him on the kickoff. I don't know if that was Bryan's initial attempt, but he'll take it as Armorj whiffed on it. Oh dear, Armorj. For all the good he's done, that is about as bad as it can get. There is no excuse for whiffing that free touch. And with 2 minutes, 31 seconds, Armorj may have just given Bryan a reason to stay in this one. Will win the kickoff. Fortunately, he's not going to win it well. Unfortunately for him, I should say. Bryan, he needs this comeback. And he's going to find just that, as Armorj overstayed his welcome on offense. And he knew it immediately, too. As soon as he tapped that one back to Brother.Bryan, he knew he had overstayed his welcome. He knew that was going to be a goal, no matter what happened there. And this game, well, all even now, as Armorj's lead has fallen away. Now he goes for the air dribble bump. Well, Bryan will connect on this one. And Armorj, he's been so passive on these air dribble bump plays. Eventually, Bryan's going to recognize that, and that's why he stays so low to this one. He knows that Armorj just doesn't want to jump early for them. And when it comes to defending an air dribble bump, there's 1 of 2 options you can go for. Either you wait and you try to go below him, the challenge, or Well, there's three options. Either you go, you wait and you go below, you jump immediately and you go above. We try to go through that challenge and try to bump the attacker into the ball. Neither option's really ever easy. A lot of it is kind of guesswork when you're on that defense, when you're playing the defensive on those irretrievable bumps, but you gotta go for something. And the biggest issues you can make is on that is doing the same thing over and over again, because it will only get worse for you. Once the game mode of constant adjustments and readjustments. So if you continue to do the same thing, your opponent is going to see that. Brother.Bryan now has a 2-goal lead for Armorj. This is where he's got to make those adjustments, got to make those change-ups. A lot of it might come down to trying to buy some space here against Brother.Bryan. Bryan's been challenging very high up. Armorj needs room to make things work. Now he does. Straight on. Bryan missed it! I think he was expecting more on that challenge. Because, man, he was looking like he was going to go into his own net. Oh dear. Yeah, not exactly what he was expecting out of Armorj. But if it goes in, Armorj is not complaining. Even if it does look a little bit silly. Reminder, $20 here. All for the winner, so you lose, you get nothing as a whiff of Brother.Bryan. Oh, how does he miss that? Probably the worst flip reset we've seen Armorj have all day. He's been consistent on those. That should have been a goal for Brother.Bryan, realistically. Because Armorj did not get the flick on the end of it. And once again, a tied scoreline. Now Brother.Bryan will win the kickoff, but he won't win this play. Is Armorj gonna send him long? Will he get there? Oh, he does. He's pinched himself further than the ball did. But it's enough to get the block, as he's gonna keep on challenging Armorj. He'll forced to concede that boost to Brother.Bryan. And here goes Bryan to the early challenge. Armorj, recognizing that he's going early, will go with the 50. Now he evades him. Oh, but he missed him on the bump. Need to get back just to get this block off the back wall. Armorj shoots it straight on, and that is in. The lead goes to Armorj of the Whiffer Wet Jet side. And Brother.Bryan was hoping Armorj would panic and either go in the nets or miss the touch, thinking it was going on net, on target. He did neither of those. He played passive. He waited, and for Bryan, there was nothing he could do there. But watch as it goes in, as now Armorj looks to make it 7! What a save from Bryan. Armorj is going to lead him on a wild goose chase now. Time running out here for Bryan, as Armorj staying with the ball. He would have done better if he'd gone for boost there instead. He's still looking for one more goal here. That shot nearly took it, although it wasn't meant to be a shot. 10 seconds now, and Armorj is giving up space to Bryan. And I would expect this to be another irretrievable bump play. Now he's going to go to the ground, goes around, goes to net, goes in the net with 1 second left. Armorj stopped moving. The last thing he thought was that Bryan would just do that. I think he was preparing for an irretrievable bump. But it won't be that case. It's overtime in Game 5. And for Armorj, for how hard he's fought in this game, Brother.Bryan has fought just that little bit harder. But it's not gonna matter. It's off the kickoff. Oh, he's missed it! Oh, that would have been the game winner. Armorj. That should have been in. And he knows it. He's still got space, though, as he's gonna go all in. The fake! Stabbed away by Brother.Bryan. And Armorj now haunted by that open net miss. This series should be over. He'll go again. Bryan forces him to dispossess. Armorj missed another one. Another open net. And that one, well, not as egregious as the first. It's just about as bad. And now he's going to be beat. Oh, my goodness. 2 open net whiffs for Armorj. And he has no one to blame but himself for those mistakes. He's going to be living with those. Those are the kind of mistakes that can often lead you to lose a series. Brother.Bryan, I don't know how he stays alive here, because Armorj should have won that one. I'd be very surprised if Armorj immediately readies up. That was about as bad of an overtime as you can have for one player. Because, let's be real honest, there is not a world where I think he should be losing there. And, I mean, he had 2 open nets. Man, it does not get much worse than that, does it? Well, I guess it could. This series could get a lot worse for him. As it's game 6, we go. And, man, I don't know if... I don't want to be in Armorj's position. That is... he knows that as well, that was a game that he should have won. We go to game 6, and... my goodness, Brother.Bryan has been given a lifeline in this series. He better use it. Now is the time to do just that. For Jay, now's the time for him to prove that he does have what it takes, that he can win even stronger than he should have done in Game 5. Unfortunately, he has committed far too heavily into a challenge. Like that he went for the single jump. Unfortunately, that flip back puts him in the worst spot possible. You don't want to flip there, because you give up a lot of time that you could use repositioning yourself. Now it's Brother.Bryan who really feels like he's got a lot of life left in him now, because, simply put, last game was one that he was not allowed to win, and yet he found a way to do it. It was almost as if he escaped death out of Game 5, because that game felt like a game that he was not supposed to win, and yet here he is still playing, and at this point, he's gotta have that pride, gotta know that he is battling for his whole life here, but Armorj battling to get back into his groove. And on a flip that wasn't all that spectacular, just early. Bryan was just a bit too far out. He was covering the post, not covering the net as heavily as he maybe thought he was. That's where it gives Armorj all the space he needs to just throw the shot on. Now Armorj will take the ball back. Bryan's got boost, but he does not have possession. In fact, he's going to be forced back to defenses. He gives up a lot of room here for Muffin. Oh, not Muffin, Armorj. Muffin's his captain. I don't know why I said Muffin. I'm thinking of Whiffer Wet Jets, and the first person I think of is their captain in Muffin. Armorj. Back to his flicks. Back to his one-on-ones. He's turning a new leaf. Instead of going for those low 50s, he's flicking the ball. And, well, Bryan hasn't had to defend those all series. It's definitely a new problem for him. Armorj on the fake kickoff, he gave the ball away. Bryan's got boost. And he's got the bump on him! And Armorj knew it as well. Did well to play the kickoff correctly. Did not do well in giving the ball away. And did not do well, even worse, by going all the way to his back wall. There's Muffin. Hello, Muffin. Yeah, I didn't mean to mention you there. I'm so sorry. If you play a 1v1 though on the stream, I will mention you, because you'll be playing in it. As Bryan actually had Armorj beat there on that play. Armorj, again, flat-footed. He does win out the 50s, or really just wins out the race of the ball. As now up the corner he goes. Bryan's got to be careful to not get demoed here. Armorj is keeping him away as flip reset. Oh, Armorj wanted a challenge. He will get none of it. And Bryan, a great play there. If you are wondering who Brother.Bryan's captain is for Flash, I believe it is Molly. Mollyo 2004. Trust to Molly. Do a lot of great things with him in the past, so it's him here as Bryan trying to continue his push. It's gonna be just that. 4-2. And for Armorj, he's now almost certainly thinking about that Game 5 OT. It's got to be haunting him because these are not mistakes he should be making. Haunted by a game that Game 5 that he should have won. Oh, but he does get one off the kickoff. 3 minutes still to go. Even though Armorj may be battling with a game that he probably should have won. He still has Game 6 out of him. He could still win this and take the series. And all the pain of Game 5 would be behind him. But that is a big question. And one that Armorj doesn't feel like he really is up to answering us. He might want to challenge this here. He will. He got Brother.Bryan. But he doesn't have boost. He can't shoot this. Gonna keep this as... Armorj initially looked like he was gonna challenge him on that one, but I think he realizes pretty soon he has no such opportunity to do just that. As now he'll go upfield again. Armorj has the back post. As Bryan, who kind of close to that back wall, was not in a great position to save it, but unfortunately Armorj didn't do more there. I don't know how that goes in. I thought Bryan was in the perfect position to save that, but obviously he was not in a good enough position as Armorj just dunks him. And we're tied at the halfway point on Neo Tokyo. Yet again, a third straight series where we're going to at least 6 games. I said, yeah, third straight 1v1 money show match on this stream that goes to at least Game 6. As Armorj, he cannot seem to defend those air dribble bumps anymore. And with all the space he's giving Brother.Bryan has no other options. He can just go for those consistently. And Armorj, he's got to play up a lot closer now. If you can play a lot closer, you'll really prevent those air dribble bumps from being any more dangerous. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's what Armorj starts to do a little bit more here in nearing the tail end of Game 6. Big to the skies again. Flip reset incoming. Good job to not go for it, Bryan. Very well, even though he jumped a bit late than he usually does for defending those air dribbles. Now Armorj again. He's got him! Bryan was waiting for a flip reset, but no such reset was coming. Armorj with a little change up. And he's done this a couple times where he just goes to the air dribbles. Doesn't try to play the flip reset. Doesn't try to play things in a way where he needs to use his mechanics. Just goes to the dribble. Goes straight to net. Uses his pace to beat Brother.Bryan. That's all he really needs to do here as Bryan goes back to net. Armorj played very heavy on that challenge. I think Bryan went for the flip cancel fake on the kickoff, where you flip forward and immediately turn back. Because that's the only reason why Armorj would ever have gone that heavy into the commit. Relatively new fake kickoff as well that kind of flipped back. As Armorj on this one. He'll take it to the back corner. Now he's got open room, and he's got a 6th goal. As for Brother.Bryan, who had full boost on these fit challenges, I mean, he didn't have many options there. If he doesn't win that challenge, it's going to be a goal for Armorj. So I think many would classify that as an overcommit. But the big thing looking at his saves here haven't been many. Armorj's got 1 save recorded this game. 1. Again, the defenses for both these players have really not been all that exceptional this series. To be fair, we can say that, and yet these offenses have been incredibly well played as Armorj now with an open net and a lead inside the last 90 seconds. Bryan on the demo attempt and instead inadvertently bumped Armorj into the perfect spot. And well, this series is going to be, at the very least, could be nearing its close if Armorj can just keep his composure. He goes up, will take a 2-goal lead. Bryan bit on that. Armorj was never going to go for it. He tried to call his bluff. Armorj went straight for it. Read Brother.Bryan like it didn't matter. Up by 2. There's still a lot of time to go in this game, but Armorj now can play for time. Yeah, at this point, doesn't need another goal. He's got all this. He's got all the goals he needs. At this point, I think if I'm him, I'd play to force Brother.Bryan to chase after me. But Armorj's got other ideas. He wants goals still, as Bryan wants time, wants opportunities, because he can score on them, as he does right there. And for Armorj, who's been consistently giving up the ball to Brother.Bryan in place that he doesn't have easy possession on. It's going to be all about him if he can waste those seconds off that clock. If he can. This game, it can be his. Even with 53 seconds to go. What is this? What is this? Oh, both these players playing, holding hands while they're going for this play. As Bryan's going to have boost. Armorj is going to have boost as well. Bryan's going to have more. As he will be forced up the wall, now up to the ceiling on that bump. Armorj can wait here. He's going to take this up, but yeah, he's not going to stay that way for long. As he's got Bryan waiting. A shot goes high. It's hit the bar. Armorj better be careful here. And there we go. He's taking this back. I think he's listening to me. Because that's exactly what you should be doing there. Wasting time. Forcing Bryan to commit. And he knows it. He knows he can force Bryan to chase after him. Playing the smart move rather than the goal-scoring move. And as he just wastes these seconds, Bryan is forced to chase after him. But to no success in Game 6. Brother.Bryan was a well-thought effort there. He really did do well in Game 5. But it's Armorj who comes to Game 6, making sure that the series still is his. Even those, woes of Game 5 in overtime where he couldn't get a goal. Well, here in Game 6, he won't need overtime. He won't need it anymore. This series is his. The $20 is his. Showmatch is as well, as he'll let this hit the ground. This game ends 9-7. The series ends 4-2. Armorj who will take it. So the Whiffer Jets player gets the win tonight. Four games to 2. Armorj will be again the one that wins those $20 this show match. So good on him to make sure that that Game 5 overtime loss does not come back to bite him. And it definitely didn't come back to bite him. It was a good turnaround from him here in Game 6. But it was like the win, our 4th ever money show match on the stream. Well, it was the lowest, I think, it was the lowest price we had for any show match. And I still found this to be quite exciting, to say the very least. So I'm still happy with how it went, as we're going to get a raid out here. Somebody who is live. We'll go here. Thank you all so much for joining the Sportiest stream. It was great having you all. It was great being here. But for now, take care. Have a great night. We'll see you all again later for more Rocket League action. But for now, we are going to go offline. We'll be back soon.